before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get cash back, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's Oasis. Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. Today I'm going to go over some more questions. Well, I won't say these are questions, these are, I guess, concerns or comments left on the video about Walmart increasing earnings. But before we get into that, if you would like to know your FICO scores and what's in your reports with all three bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, click the credit monitoring link in the description below. If you'd like to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your time utilizing your vehicle, click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. If you don't have a car, you don't want to use your own, click the Wealth HyreCar link in the description below, and along with the Wealth Dasher, you can still make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your time. If you'd like to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500, click the Be Free link in the description below, then click Sign Up. If you'd like to get cash back while shopping online, click the cash back links in the description below. If you'd like to earn driving Walmart Spark, click the Spark Driver Wealth link in the description below. Let's go ahead and get into these concerns. Here we have John Dingle. He left 2 comments. I'm going to tackle them one at a time. So we're going to start with the first one on the bottom. 120 items shop and deliver from store that's 6 miles away to deliver 8 miles from $24. Then 10 miles to drive home. Doesn't make sense anymore to do them. 2 hours of work for $24 and $5 in gas. I can see how that could be a problem. 120 items to shop. Personally, I would have never done that. I just wouldn't have. I would have never took 120 item shop. I barely want to do a 100 item deliver. I've done them, but I really don't like doing those. I think the biggest I've done for one delivery, or say one home, was maybe 90 items, I believe. I probably did one more than that, but I believe it was like 90 items, 92 items. But the other one, because there was a round robin, so it was 2 stops. The other stop was probably only like 20 or 30 items or something like that. But I usually don't even like doing those type of round robin deliveries. I'm definitely not about to go and shop and deliver that. That's just not what I'm going to do. I don't shop and deliver at all. I've had some that wasn't that bad. I'd say maybe a mile or 2, and it was maybe like 20 items or something like that, and they paid about that, $24. But I usually don't do shopping deliveries because, again, I mentioned in one of my other videos, I'm not shopping for nobody. Barely want to shop for myself. I'm definitely not about to go shop for you. That's not what I'm about to do. That's why I never did Instacart. But again, I can see how that could be a problem. You know, you're talking about you're going to shop for 120 items, which takes probably about an hour or so, and then you drove 6 miles to the store, and then you got to go 8 miles to deliver from the store that you drove 6 miles to, and then altogether you get 10 miles to drive back. So I get it. That could be a problem. You get that 2 hours of work for $24. That's $4 an hour. Doesn't sound conducive at all. We always strive for about $20 an hour. And I would even say maybe $17 to $20 an hour. I usually don't go out unless I'm seeing about $20 an hour. I have days where I did $15 an hour. I didn't like that. But I did something else while I was out. Like I'll do a field agent or something like that. I'll throw in a freight. You know, something to try to make it worth my time while I'm out there, right? But again, I try to strive for about $20, $24 an hour. Right, that's what I try to strive for. And if I'm not seeing $20 an hour, I probably won't even go out that day. Again, I've had days where I had about $15 an hour. And again, I kind of make that up doing something else that I brought up to maybe $17 an hour. But $17, that is the least I will be out there for. But usually with Spark, I'm making about $20 an hour. Depends on your location too, because you might have to drive some distances. Where I'm at, everything is not specifically close, but I'm seeing that it's not all that far. Again, the furthest I ever drove to one stop was about 11 miles, something like that. That was to one stop, and that was outside of GMD orders, all right? But again, that does sound crazy. I mean, that wasn't even worth your time. You spent $5 in gas. You was out for 2 hours, so you made $24. You actually only made, what, $19 in 2 hours. That does sound kind of crazy. So my suggestion would, if you see a shop and deliver like that, don't even take it. Just let it go, all right? So again, let's go to the other one. They tweaked their algos. Shop and deliver has been reduced. I do agree with that. I'm going to actually look at that on YouTube because I thought I had all of that, but I didn't. So I'm going to actually look at that on YouTube. So here it is here. It says they tweaked their algos. Shop and deliver has been reduced. I swear Walmart is messing with tips. I received a $30 tip from 2 apartment orders with only 30 items each. While these customers have never tipped me before, and I've seen tips zeroed out, it's unreliable. Walmart pay is lower, but they seem to be trying to reduce dead miles, unpaid miles. So it seems like pay is higher. Batch orders are still $3 to $4 per delivery. I do agree with that. I do agree with this right here. The batch orders. That's why I try not to do GMD orders. They just recently had some stuff with the GMD orders where they were trying to give bonuses for the GMD orders, and they still didn't even make sense to me. So I didn't even take them. GMD orders are ridiculous. I just don't do them, and you don't have to do them. If it's more than 13 miles, it said, if it's more than 13 miles, you don't have to take the order and it won't go against you. You don't have to take it and it won't go against you. It's more than 13 miles. So when you see those GMD orders, you don't have to take them. You don't. They want you to, but you don't have to. You might get penalized for not taking them too. You're not gonna, it's not gonna go against you, but they might not send you as many orders. That happened to me. I remember I had 2 or 3 GMD orders in a row, and I declined all of them. Then I didn't get anything for about a couple of days, literally a couple of days. So they let me finish out that day okay. And I ended up doing about $22 an hour that day. But for the next couple of days, I literally saw nothing. So you don't have to take them, but it may be a little bit of a backlash in the algorithm. Yes, you might be right about that. Now, as far as the tips concerned, I don't think that Spark is messing with the tips. The customers are messing with tips. And if you look at your pay schedule and you see what's going on with the tips, with the orders, you can kind of see who took the tip off, and you can report them. And I've actually reported people playing with the tips before because I saw the tips were getting played with. So they'll actually send you an order of like 50 items, give you a $20 tip so you can go ahead and take that order. But then once you drop it off later on that day, they take the tip off or they reduce the tip. So if the tip was $20, they might change it to $5. I've seen it happen, and you can actually report that. And I reported it, and they will put in the system, hey, check on this customer. This customer is out here playing games, whatever. They're not going to put that in there, but basically they're going to make a notation that, hey, this customer is changing tips. Okay? And they'll see if it's a pattern of them changing tips. But you can do that, and you don't have to take 13 mile. You don't have to take orders more than 13 miles. You don't have to take those. And I recommend if you see a shop and deliver that's ridiculous, don't take that shop and deliver. Okay? But yes, I do notice that the increased earnings is not really what they said it was. I do notice that it didn't increase by much at all. If it did, I didn't see it. I didn't see the difference. Especially when my first trip out was about 7 miles for $12. That didn't do anything for me. So that made me say, okay, they're not really changing much at all. But it still ended up being about $18-19 per hour that day. So I won't say that it increased. I won't say it decreased. I say it about stayed the same, or they tweaked some things where it appeared to they stay the same, they're actually winning on their end. Because trust me, Walmart and Spark is going to make it where they're going to win. That's just what it is. They're going to be the ones that win out on this thing. So yes, it may appear that stuff evened out, or on your end, you may notice that it didn't even out. But trust me, Walmart and Spark are going to win on their end. That's the whole purpose. Okay. But in the end, you do what's best for you. You do what trips that make sense to you. Do not take those shops if it doesn't make sense. If you got to do a shop and deliver, don't take that. Because 120 items for $24 doesn't make sense at all. Just decline that. And if you see something where the mileage doesn't add up, don't take that. All right. If it's over 13 miles, you don't have to take it. If you got a GMD batch that got 7 stops in it, that's about 24 miles. Don't take that. You don't have to take those. All right. That's all I'm saying. That's how I do it. All right. And it's been working out well for me. Okay. But hope this information helped you guys out. Go and check out John Dingle. And yo, thanks for watching. If you would like to know your FICO scores and what's on your reports from all 3 bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, click the credit monitoring link in the description below. If you would like to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week utilizing your vehicle on your own time, click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. If you don't have a vehicle or you don't want to use your own vehicle, then click the Wealth HyreCar link in the description below. And that way you can hire a car and use that vehicle to then Wealth Dash and make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your own time. If you want to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500, click the Be Free link in the description below. If you'd like to get cash back while shopping online, click the cash back link in the description below. Like, share the video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to It's Oasis, and until the next video, let's get this money.